Greetings Diecast racing fans, Sharky here and welcome back to Vulcan Raceway. This is going to be part 2 of the December 2020 fleet update and is going to focus more on the vehicles. We'll start by talking about the loose ones. These you've seen in the background of videos, the ones with the exception of this one that I've picked up various places, came with various things I've bought and were suitable in my mind to put in on the track. So we've got two Audis, TT, yeah, and I think that's an A4. Yeah, RS4. Volkswagen Golf. You'll see more of those in a bit. This one's one of my originals. It's a Corgi. It was one of the box set ones. Came from the petrol station. But I love it. This was, I used to use this for Magnum PI when I played as a child. Showing my age. Nice Porsche convertible or cabriolet, Carrera, a couple of BMWs. Yes, this is a BMW. It is not a Mini. It's a BMW. 5 Series. Oh no, it's an M3. Yeah, probably. Don't like the wheels on these too much for racing. BMW Mini. You'll be seeing proper Minis in a bit. A couple of Mercedes. This Mercedes here is a Corgi. It was one of the original ones out of my boxes. I wish I still had the boxes to keep them in because they'd be worth a lot of money. This looks like the F-150 SRV or SRT, SVT. But doesn't have any specific details on it, but I like that one. I prefer the Priola to the Cruiser, but again suitable for being around the track. This came out of one of the box sets, the box set for the rescue vehicles, but may appear in a later thing. And I picked this one up. This one's one of my old ones. The wheels might get painted, so we'll see about that. Right, let's talk about the ones that I've got in boxes now. Let's talk about the ones that we've got boxed up. Now there are some others that are boxed up that are currently elsewhere having work done on them. The Brothers Tournament competitors, Phil, Drac, Spam, various, me, and then I really love this one. Love Scott's 71 Hemi-Cuda. It's really good. But this is how I store the vehicles once they've been used on the channel. Obviously this one, my AC Cobra, you saw the yellow one in the last video which had an opening bonnet. This cast doesn't have an opening bonnet. And from the last test and tune, former champion Cooney Wood in Purple Redemption with the custom Otto, butane, deco, bobsled. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head. Oh, Chewie's Revenge. This one's had some work done on it since you last saw it on the channel. The Firefly, it's a Teamsters cast, Street Machine Griffin. I changed the wheels because the axle on that had become a little bent prior to me getting it up, but I really love this, and hopefully that will do well, and probably put him in for the next test and tune to see how that runs. Ryo Sada with the Honda S2000. I've got several GT3 RSs, so I thought with the orange colour it made a perfect one for it to be David Dickinson. Dan Buster is back from Keldon, doing the name on the back, putting the number on it, and he's also sorted out the headlights for me. The Aston Martin Vulcan, this one I ended up paying over £12 for. That's relevant later, because I wanted one of these for the channel to go with the actual aircraft figure, to show the supposed past and present of the channel. Current test and tune champion, or Top Gun, Flying Fennerman in my car, E-Levin. Got painted blue because Mamma Mia has a white one of these, and I picked up a second one of these by accident and decided I'd paint it blue for me. And the current Brothers champion, Alistair, in his 74 Escort RS 1600. So he's top of that stack currently. That's currently top of that stack. This one has appeared briefly on the channel because I used one of these in a competition. So the Flying Fenman drives that. This is the RTRX from Team RTR, Vaughan Gittin Jr. Love this car. It's absolutely stunning. So it didn't do too well in the competition, but hey, you know, 1969 Ford Boss Mustang 302. That one hasn't been seen on actual racing action yet. Not sure what I'm going to do with that next. Anyway, now I'm going to move on to the ones that I've still got in their boxes and on their cards. As the truck tournament is probably underway by the time you're seeing this, or you've certainly seen who they are, there's no point me hiding these from you. So Tegan, Gavin, the butler, Chungus' delivery truck, Vapor, Buffalo. Returning to the track, we've got the shop truck, Carl Franz, and of course we have the number 3 Dale truck, which is actually a Teamsters chassis that I have painted up because I like Cletus McFarlane's Dale truck. So that's why you've got Mitchell McFarland from McFarland Racing with the number 3 Dale truck. 3 new ones: Psycho Walker, with Jenga Fett, Ward with Tude, and Jack Stan Jimmy in Rocket Mullet's original configuration. These are the other 5 trucks at the time of recording this. I don't know who's going to be driving these, and I don't know what their names are, but they're in the truck tournament. That concludes the ones that are boxed up. We're now going to go on to the box sets before I do the loose cards. I don't tend to buy box sets unless there's a lot of ones that I'm likely to use, and there are a lot in here that I am likely to use. There's several duplicates, particularly when we talk about the 10 packs. But I'll talk you through what we've got here. This was a gift. Can't remember what the other one in here was, but it's already been used. Not sure what I'm going to use these ones for, but we'll see. One of my favourite films of all time, Top Gun. With Top Gun 2 or Top Gun Maverick coming out, I saw this in Tesco, and even though the film's not out, decided I was going to buy it because it's got an F14 in it. It's got a couple of Jeeps in it. It's got a Mustang, and it's got a BMW Mini on nicer wheels. So those two would definitely get used. Those two potentially. That's just cool, and obviously fits with the theming of Vulcan Raceway. Fast and Furious. Now we've got the 61 Impala, the 72 Ford Gran Torino Sport, the Corvette Grand Sport Roadster, the 70 Ford Escort RS 1600, which Alistair drives, and the 70 Chevelle SS. These are all cars that I'm going to use at some point on the track. Love these Fast and Furious sets. They just fit so well. I opened this one to look into it, another Fast and Furious set. So we've got the 67 Custom Mustang, the 70 Monte Carlo, the Porsche 1911 GT3 RS. I've got so many of these. The Nissan Skyline GTR R34 and the 69 Camaro. So yeah, they're all going to get used. This one got bought because there was a vehicle in it that I wanted, and has... Oh no, I know what was in the bottom of here. That was the other police car. But Volvo, original GT40, yeah, and then it's got, that's the Jaguar SS100. So in my classics racing, which I plan to do at some point, you'll see those. This Night Burners set is cool. Ford Focus RS, the Hemi Cuda Drift. I think that's a McLaren, but these Night Burners, again, they've got a look to them that definitely will get used. Corvette set. Well, there you go, Drac. There's a C3 Stingray. It's not in red. Love that blue. That one should go into the classics possibly. I think that's the second one of those I've got, because there's one in the Fast and Furious set that's not painted up like that, and then the track version. This one was bought for the Aston Martin for rarest to drive, but you've got a Bugatti, Lamborghini. This one I have used, well, I have driven at other tracks, shall we say. Others have had this up for use as a driver, and I've driven it there. Love the Lotus Elise. There is another one coming up in green, and one of my two Jaguar, now this is the Project 6 or Project 7, one of the two, but I've got two of these, and I've got one of the Project 8s. Love my Jaguars. There is going to be some British racing at some point where all of the cars are built in Britain. I'll show you more of those in a bit. And the last, oh, there we go. There's the other project thingy, because there's the green one. And there's the red one. And the exotics. GT3 RS, but this one's got different colour wheels on to the Fast and Furious one. I believe that's an Aston. Yeah, love the look of these. Will fit in for my exotics racing. Pretty much going to use all of these. new GT40. I've now got several of these ones and 2 of these ones, and I think I've got 2 of those ones as well. That one will probably get used with hot rods at some point. Though it's not a real cast, that looks realistic enough to be used. So yeah, this pack I love. Given that my nickname's Sharky, although it's not blue, it's green, but it will do for now. Proper Mini. Not in my favourite colour, but yeah. Green Lotus Esprit. 370. Volvo. Like my Volvos. So there is, that's the second one of those. So yeah, got some really good casts in that. There's 2 are there that I have given away. And the last of my 10 packs, that might go into the rallying. 2 of those I've got. I've got a blue one that looks like that, but it's a different casting. It's not an accurate cast, but like that. That may go into the customs. Another one of those. Don't know where I'm going to use the E-Racer. May get stripped to use the wheels because it's got really skinny wheels. So that's that one. Oh, mustn't forget the S13, which I think looks absolutely gorgeous. That completes the boxed up one. Now to the individual. So a lot to talk about here. This is the British ones. So we've got Range Rover Evoque, proper Land Rover Defender, not like that new stupid thing. This has got a driver, so you'll see that at some point in the future. A couple of out-of-box ones, Jaguar XJ220, and this one, which is a TVR Tuscan. Got 2 Jaguar XE SV Project 8s, one in silver, which is the new one, which is 2021 I think, and the green one. We've got McLaren P1 and Jaguar XJ220. One of my older favourites, the Triumph TR6. Prince Charles is quite famous for driving the Triumph TR6. Obviously not quite like this. Recently picked this one up, Bentley Continental GT3. Love the look of that. Now you may have seen in one of the previous videos I spoke about my first Aston Martin Vulcan that I paid £12 for. Well, I recently found these 2 in a shop, £1.69 each, so I picked them up as backups, and I'm sure that at some point they may get modified or painted or something. You also heard my vehemence about BMW Mini. Well, this is a proper Morris Mini in my favourite blue that I recently picked up. The little bit of damage to the box there, but as opposed to the green one you saw in the multi-pack, this one, the blue one, I love the minis, proper minis. And because Aston Martin, I picked up the Forza DB5 because James Bond, who wouldn't? So that's my current selection of Brits. There are some in some of the other categories that we're going to cover off in a second. Next selection are my Porsches, Euro Exotics, and one of the classics, but I brought it for the rally section because Audi Quattro, love it. Be fantastic for rallying, so got that for that. Picked up this BMW Z4 M Sport. I'm sure you'll see that at some point. Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, because I've got a couple of Lambos, so for the exotics tournament that'll go in. Now for Porsches, 911 Carrera Cabriolet from Matchbox. This one I really want because I want it for the rally racing as well. 914 Safari. (944) Turbo. The son of a friend of my mum and dad's had one of these. This I think is the nicest livery I've seen on a 911 GT3 RS, and is current champion at Wallside, I believe. Rob Allen, I'm sure, will jump in and comment at some point, driven by his father. But I love this, love the look of this. It's just stunning looking. And finally, for the Porsches, the Porsche Panamera Turbo E-Hybrid, but again it's that lovely blue, and I love those wheels, so you'll see that in the Porsche competition. On to the classics, as I'll call them, and the small vehicles. So BMW 2002 from 1969. Ford Thunderbird. I'm going to do some cabriolet racing at some point. The Austin Healey Roadster. Classic Mercedes-Benz. 62 Mercedes-Benz 220 SE sedan. And Cadillac Series 2 Coupe convertible. Say, I'm going to do some cabriolet racing at some point. These for the small cars, also possibly cabriolet. Volkswagen Beetle. Still looking to pick up a white one of these for reasons. The 85 Honda City Turbo in blue. And in red. 76 Honda Civic. The minis will come into the small car racing as well. The probably the BMW Mini and the original Morris or Austin Mini. Mark 1 Golf. And Honda CRX. Not in the showy livery that you've seen from Bobsled. Bobsled came out of one of the multi-packs, I believe. Or it might have been, I'm not sure. I know it's a Nightburners. So that's those. Now we're going to talk about the Americans and my Mazdas. Almost there. Just one more section to go after this, which will be my hot rods. Mentioned in part 1, the original Daytona I got. Well, there's a Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe in my favourite blue. Obviously the Forza version. A Camaro SS. This one we have seen race on the channel, but did absolutely horrendously. The green light cars don't do particularly well unless they're fully modified, so unlikely to see that one again racing. Just keep it as a lookalike. Ford Mustang convertible for the convertibles racing, again in the blue. Anybody guess that blue is my favourite colour? And you know, that metallic-y electric blue being my favourite. Tesla Model 3, just because. sorry, not Ford, 2020 Corvette C8. Again, that blue. This is the blue. Drac, another one that I picked up thinking about you. 64 Corvette Stingray, again in red. This one at least is a red Stingray, so it's not a C3. I'm still looking for a red C3 Stingray, because that's Drac's favourite. And this one has got a driver and a theme, and you'll see that at some point, probably in the next test and tune, because it's about time that came out. Yes, there's one of these in the truck tournament. This is the one that I purchased. The other one was sent to me to include. So GMC Cyclone, so the second one of those. I picked this one up, didn't make it for the truck tournament. I like it. There's so much character to this. May put that into the Oldsters Racing, the 52 Chevy, but I just love the patina paint job on that one. Picked up a Chevy Impala because of the blue, but also I've got 2 circle trackers, and thinking that I'll probably do something with some of those when I get enough vehicles to make it worthwhile. And then onto my Mazdas. So picked up this RX-7 recently because it looks stunning. I'd be interested to see that going head to head against the CUNY Woods S200, because I think they'd look really good racing against each other. Love the wheels on that. Love the paint job. And my 2 Miatas MX-5s. In the UK they're called MX-5s. Miata is something in the rest of the world. One is from Matchbox, one is from Hot Wheels, so putting those 2 head to head. But the reason I bought this one, not because of the David Dickinson colour, but because of that face. Does that not remind you of one of the faces of one of the vehicles from Cars? This one, not so much. So that's a 91. I don't know what year the other one is supposed to be, but yeah, so that's those. Last section to cover. So last section, the bit that I call hot rods. We'll start with this one. I picked this one up because it's one that I'm driving in another competition elsewhere in the world. So Sharky is driving this in a competition, so I picked up one of these to add to the fleet. Not something I would normally have picked up, but it works. And for the hot rods, Dodge Charger RT. Thought that was really cool. The infamous 8 crate. '32 Ford, but I do like the Uno colour scheme from the Mattel Games series. This one I absolutely adore. So it's a custom 56 Ford truck. I just love the matte black paint job. I love the scoop coming out of the bonnet, hood. I love the space frame rear. Lachlan Pro Stock Camaro. And finally, 57 Plymouth Fury, because A blue, flames, it's just so cool. Well, that completes part 2. That concludes the December 2020 fleet update for Vulcan Raceway. Hopefully you've watched it through to the end. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. There may be cars here you want to pick up for yourselves. thing. You should be seeing most of these coming up in the future racing. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon.